Live in Saskatoon, this is CTV News.
Good afternoon, and we'll just leave it at that because, we suspect you're indoors watching us right now. It's a cold one, and it's going to stay cold today into the weekend. But the good news is we have a warming trend on the way, getting back to better than seasonal temperatures. We'll talk about that later on. I'm Jeff Rogstad.
And I'm Chantal Saunders. You know what'll cheer people up?
What's that?
Kittens.
Kitty cats, that's right. It is day 3 of the 12 Strays of Christmas, and we are being visited by the SPCA, as we always do on these occasions. And yes, kitty cats are what we have. We could hear them mew, mew, mew in the green room.
Yeah. They sound very sweet, so can't wait to meet them. Also, you are going to be meeting a couple from a trio.
That's right.
An electronic music trio.
Exactly. These guys have been around for a while. He's collaborating for a while, I'm pretty darn sure. But they have an interesting name. It's Moonjask. I believe I've got that name right. I hope I do. But the important thing is that they're having real success, and they're going to be heading across the ocean on a tour, a Christmas tour, as it were. So we're going to speak to 2 of the guys from Moonjask.
I'm looking forward to that.
And speaking of music, we also have a bit of an update on the singing firefighters. So we'll get to all of that along with the full weather forecast. But right now, it is time for the news, and I'll turn things over to Chantal.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Yes, indeed, those are cloud heads, but it's all part of the theatrics and the music involved with Moonjask, and we're very happy to have 2 of the 3 guys with us today. I know this is no joke. It's very sort of, I'm going to say Daft Punk or Dead Mouse, because we asked the guys, said, do you want, your helmets on or helmets off, and they prefer to have their helmets on. So this is Jeremy, and that's Will over there. So gentlemen, nice to have you here.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having us.
So it's interesting. Okay, so you've got different headgear. So the clouds, first of all, you wear sometimes, and I'm going to call this the cherry blossom look, and I'll talk about that later on. What do you call this particular face shield?
Yeah, I guess we just usually refer to them as the flower faces. We don't really, I guess, talk about them too much. We're not much for talkers.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to ask Will. Will, can you describe the music for me? Like, I say electronic, but that's just too simplistic. How do you describe your music?
Right, yeah. So sometimes we go by vaporwave, or if you don't know what that is, we might say like electronic music from the 80s and 90s. Okay. If you know like new wave from the 80s, yeah, that's kind of the vibe.
Okay, but I understand that I don't know if this is where it started or exclusively, the music we hear is sampled from games?
Well, it's not really sampled.
Okay.
We have like a program on our 3DS, like our Nintendo 3DS, and that program is like a Korg program. So like Korg is a popular synthesizer, and they make a program for the 3DS, and we write all the music on there. And so we don't really sample anything, we just synthesize it there, like on the spot.
Okay. Now, one of the things that's interesting, I said cherry blossom at the start because you might think this is just too kooky, whatever. It's like, believe it, but there's a lot of people who dig this kind of music, and a lot of them live in Japan. And I understand, Jeremy, you guys are heading across the pond.
Yeah, we're going to be heading out on tour next week from the 21st to the 28th, I think. And we'll be, touring across Japan, playing 7 shows.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. How did that happen? Like, how did the invitation to go to Japan to tour with your music come about?
Yeah, so we, in 2018, we played the Breakout West Festival in Kelowna. And at that festival, we were able to meet with Moorworks, which is an agency that books tours in Japan. And we invited Yuya Saito of that agency to come see us perform, and he was really excited about it and invited us to come out and play. And it's always been a dream of ours to go play internationally and play in Japan.
Okay, and just before we go here, Will, just a quick question: why do we obscure why your face is obscured? Why is that important to the art?
Well, it makes it interesting when we're performing, because often we have our handheld devices.
Right.
And so, you know, we're not playing guitar and we're not like playing drums.
Okay.
And so we
Not
want to give
singing, yeah.
Yeah,
not
okay.
singing. And so we want to give the audience something else to kind of look at.
All right.
More interesting than someone just staring at a screen, I guess.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, it is certainly more interesting. Hey, have a ton of fun in Japan. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Play safe, guys. And best of luck. I know you got a new album. You got a tape release that's coming up on Saturday night at Paved Arts. You can check out the band. There's the album art cover. So thank you for being here. And I just want to let people know these particular headgear the guys are wearing are not safe for welding. Not safe for welding. Just a thought. Guys, thanks again.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All righty.